So you're on a train platform, but you're not planning on going to work. You're stood on a bridge, but you're not planning on crossing it. You've got a load of pills in your hand, but you're not planning on easing your back pain. No, you're planning on suicide. You're planning on taking your own life, ending it all. Does that seem unnatural to you? Does that seem like something you'd never do? Fair enough. But every day, 12 men take their own lives. Suicide is the single biggest killer of men under the age of 45. More than cancer, heart attacks, car crashes, strokes, anything, frankly. Suicide is the single biggest killer of men in the UK under the age of 45. Let that sink in. We spent a lot of time talking about a pandemic, didn't we? We spent a lot of time sacrificing everything for a pandemic. Well, I would argue that we were focusing on the wrong pandemic. If Chris Whitty stood up every single day and did a little slideshow presentation on male suicide, we'd realise there really is a proper pandemic out there. And, ironically, our response to the COVID pandemic made this one even worse. An estimated 8 million people in England with mental health problems cannot get specialist help because they're not considered sick enough to qualify. The official waiting list for NHS mental health care stands at 1.6 million people. By the way, 374,000 of those are under 18s, so basically children. If someone cuts their head open, you can see it, can't you? You can see the injury, you see the blood. But with mental health, you can't see it, even if you do cut the victim's head open. Mental health issues can impact anyone, but it appears to disproportionately impact men in the UK. Now, I bang on a lot on this channel about people being a bit soft, the woke brigade, seeing microaggressions in everything, people actively looking for unconscious bias, racism, sexism, yada, yada, yada. But there is nothing soft about admitting that you need help. There are loads of perfectly good reasons why you might, at the moment, be struggling. The cost of living crisis, for example, worrying about how you're going to put food on the table for your family or indeed pay the rent. That's enough to drive anyone to the wall, isn't it? Perhaps you lost your job during the pandemic and you feel like a failure. Maybe you're going through a messy divorce. But actually, more often than not, there isn't an obvious reason. In fact, to everybody else looking into your life from the outside, everything appears to be going really well. You appear to have a wonderful life. There's no reason at all that you should be struggling. And yet you are. I want you to know that that's OK. That actually, that's quite normal, even if we can't explain it. I'm convinced that scientists know more about the surface of the moon than we do about our own brains. And that's why I want to raise money for Mind, a mental health charity. Now, you may be listening to this and thinking, oh, gosh, you can't go on, for example. Well, to that I'd say, we can't go on like this. We can't just blindly accept 12 men a day killing themselves. We can't go on with hundreds of thousands of children feeling like they need urgent help. Now, I've got a Just Giving page right now. It's live. justgiving.com/fundraising/challenge Christys. We've set ourselves a target of £50,000. And thanks to your generous donations so far, we've already reached almost 12 grand. Now, I know times are tough, OK? But please give whatever you can to justgiving.com/fundraising/challenge Christys. Even if it's just a few quid. Your donation could be the reason why someone continues to live. Your couple of quid could be the reason why someone with a wife and kids continues to be a husband and a father. Your couple of quid could literally save a life. Now, that link again is justgiving.com/fundraising/challenge Christys. And if you are feeling low, by the way, OK, forget the numbers that I've just said there about the amount of people who are struggling, the amount of people waiting for help, the amount of people who take their own lives every day. And just please, please, please try to remember this number instead. It's 116123. It's 116123. And that's the number for the Samaritans. You are loved. Your life is worth something, OK? Stay in the fight.